allowed me to make the mistakes that taught me how to get it right. It's January 7th, 2026. For applying to med school this year, I've got to tell you about one of the biggest traps that I see people falling into. Basically, the trap is failing to take your own risks. What I mean by that is that there's just so much uncertainty and so much weight in the application. And of course, it's a dream when you're applying to medical school. It means so much to you. And you wind up looking for any sort of hack, any cheat, anything that sounds like if you do this, it will work out. But the problem is when you do that, you wind up doing things that you actually don't agree with if you sit and really think about it. You wind up using some random method for writing a personal statement because someone said you have to do it. You wind up using these MCAT study hacks just because you heard it online and someone said, if you do this, you'll score a 528. And you're like, oh, I better do that. It's all right to go online and learn these things. I mean, that's my entire page, right? I'm telling people these strategies that I've used with myself and 10 years worth of my clients to help them become doctors. I think the distinction is whenever you take advice, whether it's from me or anybody else, you really need to think about, what is this advice based on? Because people fall prey to this survivorship bias where if someone made it into med school, you are more likely to believe the things that they say just because of who they are. You have to take what people say and stack it up against the basis on which they're making those claims. If I post a video about this is the best strategy for studying for the MCAT, you should then go look into adult learning theory and see if it stacks up. Or if you're on Reddit and someone made a post about this is how you should write your personal statement, you need to really think about, does that make sense? And not only does it make logical, rational sense, because a lot of this stuff is equivocal. A lot of this stuff is more stylistic and less based in absolute fact. You have to check these methods against your own system of values, your sense of, does that sound right to me? Does that sound consistent with the way that I want to show up? I'll tell you what prompted me to make this video is that I'm getting a lot of essays submitted for me to review. And a lot of them are following the same pattern, this sort of tell a story, tell another story, tell another story, and people interpreting show not tell as if they're novelists, and they have to have these big, grand, dramatic, dark, emotional, moody settings. And I give people feedback and they say, oh yeah, that didn't make sense to me, but my friend said that I should. If it didn't make sense to you, then take your own risk. That's what I'm saying. Choose to do things because it makes sense to your values and your understanding of what works and what doesn't work in the real world. Ultimately, that's what worked for me, was choosing to take risks that made sense. Developing my own methods, my own techniques, trying different things on different parts of my application. Accepting the fact that there is no certainty. There is no surefire secret hack to life. Accepting the risks of getting things wrong